Hi everyone, it's Beth, and today is Bitcoin Pizza Day. It's also, unfortunately, a day where we have seen another attack on the Verge network. We've also had the Marshall Islands vote in their own cryptocurrency as their national currency. The United States and Canada are joining forces in Operation Crypto Sweep, and Iran and Russia are looking towards cryptocurrency in an effort to skirt sanctions. But first, let me remind you that I am not a financial advisor, so everything I say here is only my opinion. So please take the time, do your own due diligence, and then remember to never invest anything that you are unwilling to lose. Okay, so first, today is the 8th anniversary of the first Bitcoin transaction, which was the purchase of 2 large pizzas from Papa John's for 10,000 Bitcoin. In today's price, of course, that is $82 million spent on 2 Papa John's pizzas. So that brings up to me the question of, should we be hodling forever and never spend Bitcoin because we're just going to look back and say, oh my goodness, I can't believe how much I ended up spending for that piece of pizza? Or is this a reminder that we need to be practicing a spend and replace practice with cryptocurrency? And to me, I think that this is a reminder to use spend and replace when you are dealing with cryptocurrency. So, and why, I'm saying that because I think that that is the way that we can encourage merchants to accept cryptocurrency. You know, if people don't want to spend them, if we just want to hold them and sit on them forever, like digital gold instead of a transactional currency, then what impetus does a merchant have to investing in the technology that would allow them to accept Bitcoin? Be it an investment of time or money, I mean, what's the point if no one's trying to spend their crypto? So, spend and replace, that's what I think, and that's the practice that I think that we as cryptocurrency enthusiasts should be trying to promote. So, just a couple details from this article that I think are really kind of poetic, I guess, is that this programmer, Laszlo Hanyecz, he was the person who made that 10,000 Bitcoin transaction in 2010, but he was also the first person to make a transaction using the Lightning Network. And just as you would expect, he again bought pizza using Bitcoin over the Lightning Network. So I just think that that is really pretty cool. This, of course, is considered to be the transaction that changed the world because this was the first time that somebody was able to find someone who wanted to trade Bitcoin. Now, of course, it was a third party person who came in and, stepped in to accept the Bitcoin and buy the pizza, but that was absolutely groundbreaking. So, my how things have changed in the last 8 years. All right, next up today is Verge. So, this is the second time in about a month that the Verge network has been attacked. And unfortunately, it seems as though it is a similar attack vector that was used in both attacks, and they have apparently not fixed this. So I am hoping that Verge will step up and really work on fixing the problem here, because we can't just keep seeing this type of attack and continue to expect that this coin will succeed. And I think that Verge, honestly, I think that is, talking about spend and replace, one of the things that Verge really focuses on is merchants accepting crypto. So, this is a great currency for transactions, for people using cryptocurrency to buy stuff. But it's not great if it's not secure. So they really do need to fix this. All right. So basically, there were 35 million XVG tokens that were reportedly generated in this attack. And what happened was that there were these 2 algorithms that someone changed, and they were able to basically spoof the blockchain and then claim all the block rewards, thereby earning millions of XVG tokens in the process. So, and unfortunately, like I said, this was pointed out to be basically, it was the same exploit that was used last month. So right now, Verge has sent out a tweet that It appears that some of the mining pools are under DDoS attack, and we are experiencing a delay in our blocks. We're working to resolve this, but this appears to be a bigger issue than just a DDoS attack. So this basically looks like it's a 51% attack, and it is not the first 51% attack that we have seen recently. Verge and Electronium were both at the same time last month. Were both subject to that 51% attack. I heard a couple days ago about a 51% attack that was happening against Monacoin. There was another one I think I heard about yesterday. So clearly, I mean, there are people out there who want to take over these blockchains, get these mining rewards, and there are not great actors out there. So we need to make sure that we are keeping up with what's going on and keeping ourselves safe out there. So I will at least continue to keep my eye out on the developments here with what's going on with these 51% attacks. All right, next up. The Marshall Islands has officially made their cryptocurrency, the sovereign currency, their national currency. And now this is something that they created, that they are using, and it is the token symbol is SOV, and it's going to take the place of the US dollar as the sole national currency. It does look like it's going to be a combination of both the sovereign and the USD as accepted national currency, but they were just using the US dollar. So the really interesting thing here, as pointed out in this article, is that the Marshall Islands are a part of they're part of the United Nations. This is an official sovereign state who has chosen to make cryptocurrency its own legal tender. So that is really interesting because as a sovereign state, and they're not subject to sanctions, they are just a functioning sovereign state UN member. Well, that means that there's going to have to be banks to support this. So it's going to kind of force the hand of banks to figure out this technology and come up with ways to support it. Not only banks, but also, Visa, MasterCard, those type of card providers. I think that, they're going to have to figure out how to do this if they want to continue interacting with this sovereign nation. So that is very, very cool. Obviously, I mean, it does I'd say this. So this is now the sovereign. That is a national cryptocurrency. We have Venezuela's Petro. There's rumors of Iran launching its own cryptocurrency. Russia, I think, is probably in that also. That does bring me, I guess, to the last article here, is that Iran and Russia, they use cryptocurrencies to dodge international sanctions. Of course, Venezuela with the Petro was, looking to do that also. So, this is really an interesting time in cryptocurrency. So, I certainly will also continue to follow along with this, but this article talks about as Iran risks facing increased U.S. sanctions, it entertains the use of cryptocurrencies to avoid them. And the Iranian MP reportedly proposed Russia a joint venture to do so. I will say I read a different article that talked about Iran and cryptocurrency, and it doesn't look like they want to implement any existing currency. It does look like they want to create their own cryptocurrency, much like Venezuela and now the Marshall Islands. So this is yet another example of that coming down the pipe. So certainly I am interested to see how these go. As someone who is drawn to this space, I would say, for the idea of not centralized banking. I don't know how I really feel about these national cryptocurrencies, which are very centralized. How I feel about their development and how I think that it will kind of impact the direction that other cryptocurrencies are taking in the space. So tell me what you think about all this national cryptocurrency. I'm very interested. All right, so last up then is the US and Canada have joined forces in Operation Crypto Sweep, so that they're going to be policing cryptocurrency investment schemes. This is 40 regulators, 40 different state and provincial regulators who have launched at least 70 investigations already, and they are looking into, finding fraud and eliminating that from this space. So again, this will be very interesting to watch develop. All right, that's going to do it. If you liked the video, then please do leave a like. If you'd like to see more from me, please subscribe to the channel. If you have any questions or comments, you can leave those in the comment section. And as always, I'd like to thank you very much for your time. I'll see you next time.